Something dark is unfolding inside the Pretoria High Court, and the world is watching. Judge Ratha, the man presiding over the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, has once again ignited national outrage, not for his rulings, but for his words, his conduct, and what many now believe is clear bias. Last week, Advocate Mnisi submitted a notice that he would be unavailable on Monday. His reason? He had participated in a marathon over the weekend and needed to drive back to Johannesburg. A fair and professional request, right? Wrong, at least according to Judge Ratha. Instead of simply acknowledging the schedule adjustment, Judge Ratha lashed out in court, publicly shaming Mnisi for daring to have a life outside the courtroom. His frustration? Palpable. His words? Harsh. His tone? Many say it crossed a line. On social media, people didn't hold back. One commenter said, "Funny. This same judge was ready to give the investigating officer 2 months off to prepare for exams. Yet he attacks Mnisi over a marathon? What kind of justice is this?" Another viewer, Moremi Matlatsi, one of our subscribers, shared a powerful observation. This is the same judge who last week allowed the state days to go get AVL records of vehicles transporting the accused, but asked no questions when they came back empty-handed. The same judge who sent police with Zungu to fetch his notes in Natal, then defended him fiercely when he returned with nothing. But when it comes to defense, he becomes a different person entirely. Double standards? Bias? That's what many are asking. But things didn't stop there. In a moment, now being widely circulated online, Judge Ratha made a racially charged comment that left jaws dropping. "This is a country run by blacks," he said, adding, "I don't care if you call me Uncle Tom. Let that sink in." Let's break that down. The phrase Uncle Tom is historically used to describe a black person perceived as betraying their own community in favor of pleasing oppressive systems. It's not a term anyone uses lightly, but rather than address growing criticism, Judge Ratha invoked it himself, daring the nation to call him out. And many have. Social media is filled with posts from citizens, not political pundits, not lawyers, everyday South Africans who feel alienated by how this judge is running the courtroom. Psychologists and legal analysts say Judge Ratha is showing signs of short-tempered defensiveness, disdain toward black defense lawyers, unwillingness to accept state failures. Is this the conduct of a fair judge, or of someone trying to protect the state's case? One viewer said it best. He treats the defense like intruders, and the state like victims. This isn't about liking or disliking a judge. This is about the credibility of South Africa's justice system. The Senzo Meyiwa trial is a national tragedy wrapped in years of delay, confusion, and missing evidence. And now, a courtroom seemingly tilted in favor of the state. Viewers are asking, why are police officers who forget everything still being defended? Why is the defense penalized for honesty and transparency? Why does it seem like accountability is one-sided? The people are not stupid. They see the patterns. And here's something else many noticed. Judge Ratha speaks over black lawyers. He cuts them off. He mocks their reasoning. Yet when a police officer can't answer a simple question, he intervenes to help them explain. Some are calling this behavior institutionalized prejudice. Others see it as ego, or worse, internalized racism. But one thing is clear. The courtroom isn't neutral anymore. It's embarrassing. As the trial drags on, many South Africans are losing faith in the process. Justice isn't just about verdicts. It's about fairness, transparency, and respect for both sides. And when a judge enters the courtroom already angry, already dismissive, already choosing sides, we all lose. Judge Ratha's recent conduct in the Senzo Meyiwa trial isn't an isolated incident. His judicial history reveals a pattern of controversial decisions and courtroom behavior that have raised eyebrows over the years. In the Yeppestown massacre trial of 2008, Judge Ratha admitted to a significant error. He convicted Senzo Emmanuel Mweli of murder, despite Mweli never being charged with that crime. The judge later retracted the conviction, acknowledging his mistake in open court. Fast forward to 2018, in the high-profile case involving Lerato Sengadi and the Sambo family, Judge Ratha ruled in favor of Sengadi, recognizing her as the customary wife of the late rapper HHP. Legal experts criticized this judgment, stating it misinterpreted customary marriage laws and contradicted established legal precedents. These instances, among others, paint a picture of a judge whose decisions have, at times, sparked controversy and debate within the legal community. As the Senzo Meyiwa trial continues under Judge Ratha's oversight, these past controversies add layers of complexity to the proceedings. They prompt us to question, can a judge with such a contentious history preside impartially over one of South Africa's most significant murder trials? So what do you think? Has Judge Ratha crossed the line? Do you believe the court is still impartial? Is this justice or just theater? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll feature your best takes in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more fearless reporting, only on the Hot Seat SA. Uncle T is a term used to describe a black person who is seen as overly subservient or excessively accommodating to white people, especially at the expense of their own dignity or community. It implies betrayal, self-hatred, or loyalty to oppressive systems, and is often used to criticize someone who appears to defend or excuse racism or injustice to gain favor or status.